Normally I focus on fashion and trends and styling on my channel, but I recently purchased a house and I am in the throes of decorating. There are even some renovations on the rise, so obviously I would love to be able to document that and share it with you guys. I feel like my channel is new enough that I can talk about anything. I'm kind of talking into an endless void at the moment, so who cares? This is my first home trends video, so bear with me while I figure out how to make this easy to follow. The main idea, overarching concept that I want to talk about is what I think we're going to absolutely loathe in the mid 2020s and beyond. I think we are really going to see a major shift in reno trends and interior design, much like going from modernism to Art Deco or mid-century modern to postmodern. They're going to look very stark and very different. I think we're transitioning finally from our HGTV sterile white and back to our roots. It's something that I've dubbed modern eclectic classic, but basically I just mean going from open concepts and bright white kitchens to natural colors that bring warmth and eccentricity to a space, rather than turning down the saturation on literally everything from your floors to your cabinets to your bathrooms to your bedding. We are stepping back into Technicolor, and I couldn't be more excited. So with that said, I'm just going to go through the different bullet points I want to hit in regards to that shift to kick the HGTV sterile white concept while it's down. I'm going to talk about kitchens first. How many times have we heard a bright white kitchen, open concept, white cabinets, everything white, gray floors, maybe gray hardware? We are going to finally move away from that and get back to kitchens that feel cozy, kitchens that are earthy in their coloring and in the different textures that are incorporated. Wood and oak cabinets everywhere, even honey oak. But honey oak as a color in itself doesn't have to look dated. Dark cabinets don't have to make your kitchen feel dark and damp and dated. Blues and greens, marble and granites in color and not just black and white or gray. No more white and black and gray little tiny subway tile backsplash. No hexagons. We're not painting cabinets anymore. We are respecting wood, real wood. If we're adding color, we're adding it in our backsplash. We're adding it maybe to our countertops. Butcher block can stay. I think it's a great way to add warmth to your kitchen. You're going to see these white and gray kitchens and bathrooms and living rooms, and you're going to know that this house was made or renovated in the mid 2010s to like the early 2020s. Just like you can spot the dated honey oak cabinets and know that it's a house from the late 80s or 90s, maybe early 2000s. That's how these bright white, gray, black and white tile type kitchens are going to look. So we're not going to be renovating houses to sell. We're going to be doing things in our home that we like. We're not just making things cookie cutter and boring so that we can make a quick sale and profit. I'm not too versed in the real estate market right now, but is that even really working anymore in this economic climate? I don't know if people are able to paint cabinets white, slap on some skinny pointy hardware and pull up the floors and put gray laminate on, and then they're getting profit. Are people still able to do that? I don't know. But if you are trying to do that, I just think that it's gonna be very dated very soon. You can't make me hate white. You also can't make me hate a white kitchen. Going forward, I think we're gonna move away from these really sterile, cold, stark whites to warmer whites, and those feel more natural. They feel more calming. If you absolutely love white and want to keep white in your kitchen, just warm it up a bit. And another thing I want to talk about are naked cabinets. So what I'm looking for in our space are cabinets without hardware. So I really love the cabinets that have the built-in nook that you can stick your hand in, either on the front facing side or at the top of the door of the cabinet. I've never seen like kitchen hardware that is really beautiful. I don't want to see it anymore. I think that that is going to be something that really marks your kitchen as dated. Another concept I wanted to talk about is greenwashing. So people aren't going to be afraid to kind of put their dishwashing things out on display and having really nice pieces made of organic materials. I've been using like a block of soap, like the image in the middle with the little tiny brush head. Like I have one of those and I love it. I think it works really well. Prevents you from having to have unnecessary plastic in your kitchen. And I think it looks really beautiful with the natural fibers and natural materials and natural colors. The sponge draining dish, you know, some type of really gorgeous pottery that you can put your brushes in, and you can thrift these things. It doesn't have to be expensive. We're going to see a lot more beautiful ways to store our soaps. Just a small thing I wanted to talk about. For bathrooms, obviously in the same vein as kitchens, you know, it's just the days of the white and gray and the black only are gone. I think that it made sense at the time. A lot of people were using those colors as ways to easily flip properties. And you know, it's simple. It doesn't put people off as much. It's kind of like a blank slate in many ways, and it was just popular. I think that we are going to move away from that in bathrooms as well. What I'm really loving lately are just really luxe bathrooms with gorgeous, colorful tile, patterned tile, dark wood cabinets in the bathroom as well. Things that harken back more to classic design, because classic design has a ton of beauty in it. And I think that in this hunt for, you know, profitability and, you know, not wanting to make too much of a splash in your home because you're thinking about resale value and things, like we really lost a lot of beauty in our homes, unfortunately. So I would love to see people just kind of do what makes them feel good in their space right now without thinking about what a potential home buyer is going to think of and value their home at. It's okay to experiment and have fun and to do crazy things that make you feel good for the time that you are spending in your home or condo or apartment, and throwing to the wind what somebody who may or may not even purchase your place down the road is going to think of it. I wanted to talk about headboards because I think also what's going to seem super dated are well, not every single one, but a specific type of fabric headboard. The buttons in the middle, and it's kind of like little dimples. There are some sites that still make really beautiful fabric headboards in interesting shapes, but in general, I think that we're going to see a resurgence of wood headboards and even wood storage headboards that double as nightstands and storage systems. Like these days, we're paying thousands of dollars for MDF, stuff that isn't even real. If you can find like solid wood pieces, no matter, you know, what type of piece it is, I think you really should invest in it, because sadly it might start seeing less and less of actual natural materials. So I think that wood headboards are going to come back in a big way. Obviously, some of them will be the MDF type, but if you are on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or Craigslist, you can probably find, you know, used and great vintage solid wood pieces. I wanted to talk about textiles, and yeah, I mean, nothing groundbreaking here, but I just think in general, like we're going to start seeing more rich woods and deeper, more moody kitchens, and we're not going to be afraid of dark colors. We're going to see that in bedding and pillows and throws. We're also going to see classic elements like stripes and ruffles, but done in like an updated way that still feels beautiful and classic, but looks like it's from 2020 something. Having a lot of visual interest is kind of the main overarching thing. So mixing fabrics like satin and velvet and cotton and linen, and being able to look at something and your brain can imagine what it feels like to touch it. Like we're going to be really into having those dynamic, like, visual and tactile moments. I also wanted to talk about couches. We've done a lot in the way of couches these past couple years. We've had cloud couches, we've had curved couches, we've had boucle Togo style couches, all types of things. And all those are great. I think boucle, it's also going to seem dated as well. When I see anything in boucle, it automatically just rings 2020 in my head, especially the white and cream boucle. Maybe down the road, companies will start making pieces that are in a wider variety of colors, like moody and richer colors. Maybe that could make me get into it. I think it was a very specific moment in time when everybody was looking for a boucle accent chair or a settee or an ottoman or a boucle pillow, even a boucle couch, all of that. We overdid it. As far as couches, I think we're going to see people not being afraid to have an accent couch, whether that's a couch in an unexpected color like this pink couch, having an unexpected shape like that burgundy couch, which is in a beautiful color and a beautiful shape, probably feels amazing as well. Or going back to leather couches like this couch in the middle, it looks black, but imagine if it was like a really, really deep hunter green, or if it was a really deep burgundy, like having a colored leather couch as, you know, a statement piece. Darker couches are easier to keep looking clean. Just saying. I have some images that I pulled off of Pinterest, people making collages of their ideal roomscape, and I have compiled a couple to kind of demonstrate what I mean by modern, eclectic, classic. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I don't want to make the video super long, but yeah, as you can see from these images, just very rich colors, warm earthy tones, jewel tones, even pastels, just color in all its glory. Mixing and matching different textiles and styles, putting together things that are just beautiful and not just things that are easy to match. I also love these images because they clearly are mixing and matching different design eras and concepts, and I think that's where we are right now. Like, I think not that everything has been done and we're not going to come up with some new interior design style that, you know, will be talked about in the history books, but I think that we're in a place right now where it's just fun to pull things from different eras and make it your own. These days, I don't think that people really design their homes or decorate their homes and say, I want it to be Baroque and every little item in the home has to be Baroque or mid-century modern or whatever. Like, just in the way that we purchase things and how social media is set up, like, we're inspired by all different types of things literally all day. People are pulling things that they like from wherever. The main reason why I like these images, it's because you can go into this person's house and go into their friend's house or their neighbor's house, and you're never going to see something like what they had there at any other place because it's uniquely their own. So I know we've all seen literally every apartment complex that is going up, every new construction build, they all look the same. They're squared off, they're modern, they have metal accents that are matte black inside and outside, like on the grounds and inside of the apartments. Everything is white, everything is black trim. Now, like, knowing what we know about how quickly they're throwing these places up and that they are not made of very quality materials, it's honestly scary. Doing these renovations just to make something white and clean and marbly with black trim, and, you know, doing it rushed and half-assing it just so you can get a little bit more equity in your home. I think we're gonna really be like, what were we thinking? They're too quickly and mass produced. When I see rooms like this, it just makes me think, like, is this all gonna fall apart? That was it for my 2025 home trends video. Let me know what you think about the shift that I know is gonna be happening. If you have any ideas for people who want to change up and add some more oomph and color to their zero saturation places, drop it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to bring you a lot more home content, and I hope that you stick around for it if you enjoyed this video. So have a good one. Bye.